Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. How do we understand narrations that ignorance will become widespread? How do we understand the narrations that ignorance will become widespread? Subhanallah, a very important factor for us to acknowledge is that the Prophet ﷺ taught us that towards the end of time, as part of the signs of the hour, the minor signs of the hour, is that knowledge will be removed. The first of the sciences of religion that will be removed is inheritance, right? Mirath. And one can already see that when studying Islam, many students neglect the study of mirath because it can become somewhat complex. However, this is not going to be good for us because we don't want any of the sciences, any of the branches of Islamic knowledge to disappear. And this is actually how we should understand these signs. When the Prophet ﷺ teaches us about the dangers that will transpire inevitably towards the end of time, part of that prophecy is for us to do our part in averting those phenomenon as much as we possibly can, right? Acknowledging, of course, that Allah's qada and qadr is supreme, but with effort and with dua, we can, of course, we can alter qada to an extent. The Prophet ﷺ also taught us that Allah Azza wa Jal does not remove knowledge by snatching it from the hearts of people. It's not like one day we're going to wake up and then if you've memorized something, it's gone. While that is entirely possible, the Prophet ﷺ had informed us that knowledge will be removed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's removal of the scholars. So you'll find fewer and fewer scholars, and He leaves then no learned person. So people will begin turning to ignorant ones as their leaders. So they are asked questions and they give verdicts without knowledge. They are misled and they will mislead others, which is narrated by the Sahihain. So in this sense, we understand ignorance, the widespread ignorance, and how to combat it. Essentially, it is an instruction for us to ensure that we are always learning and always improving ourselves and always striving to gain beneficial knowledge, both in worldly sense as well as in an otherworldly sense. So worldly knowledge, because much of this, of the secular sciences or worldly knowledge is beneficial. So it becomes necessary for believers to explore those sciences and to become proficient therein. But more importantly, for our personal salvation, for our communal salvation in both this life and the next life, is to ensure that we have a consistent pursuit of sacred knowledge in our lives. Barakallahu ta'ala fikum.
La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah.